Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to coverage of the NASRA 360 Racing Network. And the Kentucky Speedway is the side of our next events for the NASRA Over the Top Designs Xfinity Series. I'm Wesley Outland. Will Tiller is alongside. Adam Flieger is working in productions for Tim Hammonds tonight. And I'll tell you what, Will, after a wild Thursday night race at Bristol last week, or Richmond, correction, and then Friday night at Bristol, now we're kind of going back to the mile-and-a-half intermediate tracks, if you will. I think we're going to have a fun race here. It's all about strategy, conserving your fuel, making these right pit stops whenever you need to do it. Obviously, maybe take advantage of those stages, and we're going to have a good race here at Kentucky.
Oh, yes, sir, Mr. Allen. I'm excited about this race here tonight on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. We saw a colleague of ours, Hunter Parsons, win last week, and what was a little bit of a controversial ending there, Wesley. Everything was settled for a committee. Everything was resulted out, and our colleague got his first NASRA win. Now let's see here tonight at Kentucky if he can make it 2 wins here in NASRA.
Yeah, we'll definitely see how all of this goes on here as all these drivers getting into place, preparing for what is now qualifying. And the question is, can anybody stop Ted Wade or Adam Newbert? They've probably been the 2 best drivers of NASRA of late.
They have, Wesley, and I think, of course, Chase Gabriel came into this series with a part-time schedule. He made everybody aware of that. He had a great run there in the middle of the season, but now with Chase out of the mix, I think that's really opened the door for a lot more competitive racing now. Of course, we had Hunter Parsons win last week. Ted Wade still our points leader with 3 wins on the season, like you just mentioned there. But then you look at other drivers that are still kind of lingering in the mix, the likes of David Duke in that 27 machine. Look at Hank Kaskin right there. Rhett Tucker, you always like to talk about Rhett Tucker, Wesley. I think Rhett here coming up might get into victory lane.
Yeah, we'll see what happens right now. Rhett Tucker out of Memphis, Tennessee, just went to the top of the board in qualifying. Kerry Trudeau in second, Ashley Dodson third. Maybe we can show you some of the on-track activity right now with some of these drivers are right now getting ready to put down what will hopefully be their best lap of speed again in qualifying. And again, we're glad you're here. The field will be ready to roll and grid here in about less than 3 minutes. Because right now we've got about 4 more cars left to take times, including Dustin Scruggs, Eric Thornton, Kyle Hess, and TJ Moore. Now we see Scruggs' car working his way off of turn number 4. Under 3 minutes left, and they'll be staging to go racing here tonight at the Kentucky Speedway.
Yeah, right now here as we're watching this qualifying session wrap up, Wesley, who are you watching out here tonight? Of course, there's big names on the board right now. Rhett Tucker in the 99 at the top, Ted Wade right there in 4th. Who else you watching out for here tonight that might pick up this victory?
Man, I'll tell you, obviously, don't count out Ted Wade. Ashley Dodson showed some momentum last week, obviously, at Richmond until the hiccup in Stage 3. Hunter Parsons coming off of that win, by the way. That was kind of controversial, but he did finally be officially scored the win after a late restart of the race. And some people thought he might have jumped, but he did give the spot back. And, of course, it was deemed that Hunter Parsons did collect the win. What is it? Chase Gabriel has won some of the races this year. Ted Wade, never count out the 11 of Dustin Scruggs. He looked really strong last week as well. So, and another driver that's really improved in the last couple of weeks, West Virginia's Stephen Thomas. He's on the cusp of finding victory lane, no doubt.
Yeah, no doubt indeed. And another driver, Wesley, I don't think either one of us mentioned there in the mix. And I think it's because it's a new month now here in NASRA. Adam Newbert in that 4 machine, Wesley. Of course, we all know about that lovely money-making month he had in February. Now we're into March, the first race in March, Wesley. Will Adam Newbert in that 4 be able to continue that hot streak?
I don't know if you heard me or not when we came on the air, but I did say besides, Adam Newbern and Ted Wade, they've been pretty much the contenders that have been so far to watch this year.
New month, though. New month for
It is
Adam,
a new
though.
month. Yeah, so how much money did he pocket? If he was at 325 last week and then he won that race,
Oof.
that's close to $400 he made of NASRA
Oof.
in the month of February, and now it resets here, so we'll see how it all goes down. Qualifying is about to come to an end as well, and these drivers are getting ready to get into position. What is it going to be, 150 laps tonight? How will the stages go now, Will?
Yes, sir. I got that for you right now, Wesley. So stage number 1 will come to an end on lap 35. We'll race it down to lap 70. That's 35 laps in between those two stages. Then we'll run it down to lap 140. That's a 70-lap shootout there, Wesley. We'll take stage 1, 2. We'll put them together to end it 70 laps down to 140 here tonight.
There we go. That's 140 laps tonight, by the way. Okay, I thought it was 150. Well, anyhow, the field is gritting. We're going racing in Kentucky. Here's your starting lineup here tonight for the Over-the-Top Designs Xfinity Series on the pole. It's going to be Rhett Tucker, fast time for RTR Esports. And to the outside, Dustin Scruggs for the Mid-South. Row 2, Kerry Trabue in the number 7. Ashley Dodson right there, the Australian-New Zealand driver in the number 3. Row number 3 will find Ted Wade in that number 2 to the inside. Steve Barnett in 44. Row 4, find Hunter Parsons, of course, in the 28. Adam Newbert is alongside from Tacoma, Georgia in that number 4. Row 5. Andrew McGronigal and Stephen Thomas from West Virginia, the 23. I mentioned, William, there's your top 10.
Picking it up in position 11, we have Hank Caskin at 36 machine. 12th, we have Eric Thornton in that 5. In 13th, we have the 27 of David Duke. 14th, we have the 14 of Chris Blanchard. 15th, we have the 24 of Jose Medina. 16th, we have the 9 of Michael Cunningham. 17th, we have the 86 of Kyle Hess. And rounding out our field here tonight will be race control of TJ Moore.
So 140 laps. We're ready to go here in stage number 1 as the field is gridded. By the way, we're going to be under the lights tonight with these drivers. So that's going to be really, really fun to check out as well as the field is still getting into place behind the toe of the iRacing Ford Fusion pace car. Once we get everybody into position, they will begin to roll off. It looks like they're waiting on the pole car of Rhett Tucker. Rhett Tucker better respond immediately in the server or his time's going to be bumped and he won't be able to start on the pole. Right now, they are waiting on the 99 of Rhett Tucker, and there he is finally popping up on the screen there. So we get everybody into place. We'll roll off the pit lane and we will go racing. Again, 140 laps here tonight at the Kentucky Speedway. Can we show you the point standings real quickly for the Over-the-Top Designs Xfinity Series? Let's look at the points for Thursday night. And by the way, Ted Wade with 2 wins on the year. Hank Caston with 1 win. Kerry Trabue with 1 win. David Duke with 1 win. Other drivers with wins include also Chase Cabry with 2 wins. And look at now Rhett Tucker. By the way, add Hunter Parsons to the list. Obviously, he won last week. I think this is the same. I could be wrong, but I think it's the same points from up last week as well, Hunter. William, I think it is.
Yeah, I think it is from last week there, Wesley, and here on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. We'll get that updated for you here as we await the field to take the green flag. We're going to take a short break here, and we'll be right back for the drop of the green flag. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the field is coming to the green flag. We are having a technical issue. We will be back momentarily with a new broadcast link feed for the coverage from Kentucky. This is the NASRA 360 Racing Network. This is the race that's